sound. Everybody get loud. Hey, welcome to the Tolleson-Mack podcast. We are back today to introduce a guy pretty famous around the Tolleson area.
Legend right here.
Tolleson legend.
Avondale.
And Avondale.
Some would say Buckeye too.
Some would say Buckeye. Some would say Arlington.
Yeah.
Arlington, big deal. Peter Paul, the man, the myth. How are you, buddy?
Good, buddy.
Good. So basically what we have on the podcast today, because Caesar's doing a rope school.
No, he's on his way right now.
He's coming?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, though, we have two Brandons and a Peter. Right?
Paul.
Come on now.
Yeah. Okay, man. So what's up? What have you been up to? What are you doing?
Not much. Just taking advantage of this semi-retirement.
Semi-retirement.
Yeah.
All right.
Due
Well-
to some back surgeries and a stroke.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into a little bit of your background. Why don't you walk us and the listeners down kind of your background, like where did you start at? I know it was farming, but I mean, where'd you start and stuff like that?
Started farming. Actually, my first job was with a man from Tolleson here. His brother was a judge. Last name was Stump.
Oh yeah.
Bob
Old-
Stump.
old Bob Stump. Jess Stump was the father.
Mm-hmm.
Hoed cotton with him. My dad worked for him back in the 70s. And then my sister met Todd Vanisdale, Cashin, Tolleson guy.
Mm-hmm.
Worked for him for many years till he got fired. It's hard to work with family.
Oh yeah.
They didn't like my hours. Don't know why.
You liked your hours.
I loved him.
Yeah.
So worked for him for many years. Then I quit. Well, got fired. And went to work for Steve Bells and Wallace Bells. That was before Steven. He was...
And before Trevor.
Oh, way before Trevor.
So let's say, Trevor, grandson, right? Am I right? And
Yeah.
then Steven is Trevor's dad, because a lot of the listeners will know Trevor. So Steven was the dad, and then Steve
was Steven's father,
Trevor's grandpa.
and then Wallace was Steven's grandpa. So there was Wallace Bells, the old man.
Oh, okay.
Then Steve, Big Steve.
Oh, okay. So boom.
And then Steven, Trevor's father.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool,
Yeah.
right? I mean, like, if you think about the Bales family, I mean, they've been there a
Long time.
Long time. Is that when they farmed out there in Rainbow?
I used to drive the tractors out to Deep Rainbow. It took, I don't know, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Plowed out there one night and there's no cars to look at. There's nothing to look at. There's nothing out there.
I'll tell you, when it gets dark in Deep Rainbow,
Oh,
dark.
it's dark.
it gets real dark.
It's like Arlington.
Yeah, that's real dark out there. Yeah. So from the Bellses, where did you go?
From Bells, I went to Johnny Day. Day Farms, worked for him for many years. Then I quit in 96, did my own great tractor gig, doing some houses for Montebano, T.W. Lewis,
Beezer.
a lot of the major builders.
You know what's funny? When he walked in here, he said, "I did the floor on this building."
Yeah.
I said, "Well," he goes, "I did the floor for
So
Donnie."
when I first met Peter, I was his next door neighbor, and that's when he was with Beezer or with your grading tractor. And let me tell you, folks, this guy had the baddest ass dually, clean. He kept it clean, spotless. He had his
263?
trailer.
263.
253 Massey.
And then he had his Massey. I bought your Massey. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just remember you had the cleanest ass truck and the trailer, and you were going. You had it going on. You had a nice rig.
I had a black extended cab dually slammed 454.
I'm talking about the white one.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
you never seen the black one, right?
No, yeah, I talk about the
Did
white
you see
one.
my red dually?
That was after the white one, or before?
Before.
No, I don't remember. I just remember the white one going to Mexico and listening
Oh,
to 50
yeah.
Cent.
We were doing some
Yeah,
some
yeah.
roadies at the one of the adult clubs.
Yeah, I was about 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's probably when you lost your wallet too, right?
Yeah, I lost my wallet.
That-
I need to
that-
borrow
You
some
were
money.
you were probably waiting in the parking lot for
Yeah,
them to come
yeah,
out.
Yeah, he was because he was watching.
Like in
the truck.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He was watching the truck.
I didn't see no age restriction down there, so that was my very first time.
But I do know when he the first night we
Uh-oh.
went to to the adult or the gentleman's club. The next 3 or 4 days, I didn't see Brandon and Skylar.
Is that when we threw Skylar out of the truck?
That was a different time.
Oh, that was a different trip.
But this, because I didn't know that you could get in them places, and I didn't know, I never had a taxi in my life. So we figured out how to work the taxi.
Oh.
Hey, give us a ride, give him some money, and the rest is history.
I got a taxi story. We were out down there one time, and this was, I mean, I don't know. Dusty was probably, I'd say Dusty was probably like 18 or 19, and like Biggin was with us, Jared was with us. I had some buddies with us. We were all down there partying, and then I'm looking around, you know. Dusty's my little brother. I kind of keep an eye on him. And I'm like, man, where? Didn't you see Dusty? Like, where's Dusty at? Oh, he went to go get a cab. I'm like, well, what's he doing with the cab? They're like, oh, I don't know. I think he's going to go home. You know, when you're down there partying and drunk, you know, you don't really pay too good attention. So I was like, all right, I guess. And then we stayed for a little longer, and then we got ready to leave, and we walked out, and Dusty whips up driving the cab. And we were like, what are you doing? The cab driver and Dusty, they got like a 12-pack between them. Man. They're drinking beers and giving everybody rides. I said, are you guys making any money? And Dusty's like, oh, I just gave him $50. And I drive the cab all night.
That's cool. That's Mexico.
That is.
Yeah, so if you haven't never been to Rocky Point and you're a listener, you need to experience Mexico. And I suggest when you get into town, experience the left turn. So when you get into Rocky Point, it's a straight road, and you can go to the left, you can go to the right. If you go to the right, you might as well stay in Tempe and party.
Right.
Because the condos hasta mismo, right? It's the same. It's all white people party. If you go to the left, it's a lot more fun.
Locals.
A lot more locals, a lot more fun. I don't think it's dangerous, but who knows?
No, it's not. As long as you don't owe the cartel money, you're fine.
Right, yeah. We're all paid up.
You know?
Yeah. I'm all paid up. So, all right. So we're at Beezer. We're on a great tractor.
Beezer.
Then where we go?
From there, back to John Day Farms.
Yep.
And finished working there 2022. And then went in and had some lower back surgery in February of 23. Then in June, I had a stroke. And then in October, I had some neck surgery done.
Feeling okay now, though?
Not bad. It's just sore. Found out now I have carpal tunnel in both of my hands, neuropathy in both of my feet, arthritis in my neck, arthritis in my knees.
Must have been all that clean living.
Yeah. No. Damn tractors.
Damn tractors.
No, I had a lot of fun on motorcycles back in the day. I started riding dirt bikes in 4th grade and the BMX deal. Did the 3-wheelers, broke a couple collarbones, a couple ribs, a couple legs, a total of about 13 broken bones from having fun, living the life.
Man.
You know, and a little beer didn't help, but made the pain go away faster.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I know. I get a little sore in the morning sometimes when I wake up, and all I remember is my dad telling me when I was a kid, I'd go go fight bulls or go do whatever I was doing, screwing around, being a dipshit. And he'd always say, man, you're going to regret that someday. But when you're young, you don't, shit. Back then, I mean, I remember you could break your arm and it didn't even seem that long and your arm was fine again. Yeah. Nowadays, I break my arm, shit, it'd be 6 months to recover.
Break a leg and you have to fish your hanger out of there or something to scratch it. Been there, done that several times.
I don't want to put no bad juju on this or nothing, but I ain't ever broke a bone in my body yet. And man, I hope I never. I hope I never. I'm gonna be the biggest.
It's not that bad.
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
It hurts. He's full of shit.
It's gonna be bad. I'm gonna be crying. I know that. I'm gonna be laid up. I'm a biggest puss when it comes to being sick, but
dude, I am too.
I embrace it.
Like the man flu is a real deal. Like I feel like our flu is worse than like women flu. I'm not sure about that. Obviously, I'm not a woman, but I know that like me.
Yeah, I know.
It's horrible.
My thing is if I can't sleep at night, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
If I can't get a good night's sleep, and whether I'm sick or not, if I can't sleep at night, the next day's horrible.
Yeah.
I hate being tired.
McConaughey, I seen this thing. Matthew McConaughey said he gets 8 hours of sleep a night.
That's good.
He said like
it's hard to do.
If he's kind of being like an asshole or something, his wife will fucking tell him like, "Hey, take your ass."
It's one of the most important things they say. I mean,
oh yeah,
you would never think of it, but they say that.
You ever listen to that Matthew McConaughey? He's a pretty sharp cat.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems a little everything's cool and chill, but he's pretty savvy. That guy
for sure.
I like him. So what are you up to now, Peter Paul? I hear rumors of a brew cruise.
Brews cruise at the Saddle Mountain Brewing Company in Goodyear.
In no way does Tolleson-Mack support driving while drinking.
Oh,
but it's just the name of the car show.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's actually at the brewing company. It's not like
so that's the tie-in.
It's not like they have bike night and they had a beer garden. Well, that's probably I ain't gonna say that. But with the cars, you know, I don't care if I drink. I don't drink beer anyways. I just drink a little bit of vodka.
Yeah, that's fine.
And smoke a little bit of herb.
Yeah, so I told my in-laws about it. They're gonna bring the Impalas over. They got two 62 rag tops.
Right on.
So they're gonna be over there.
$5 cars.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. What else are you hearing that's coming? What other kind of cars?
Well, I'm thinking I'd want to see some C10s, some really nice C10s.
You bringing your Blazer?
Taking the Blazer.
Oh, yeah.
Got some vintage cars, some classics, some lowriders.
Oh, yeah.
Got to have the lowriders.
Gotta have the lowriders.
You know, back in the day, I was brought up rock and roll. You know, the whole 9 yards. Obviously, I have friends that were lowriders, and I would not be caught in one back in the day. But now, if I had a little extra change, I would own a lowrider.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna own one. I've owned a lot of cars. I've had some Thunderbirds. You see my blue Thunderbird? Yeah, I've owned some C10s. Now I'm gonna have a '64 Impala ragtop. That's what I want. I want the same color car that Ice Cube had in the video. It Was a Good Day. That green Impala. I love that car. Like to me, that's like the '64 Impala. To me, is the ultimate lowrider.
Yep.
Yeah. And I like just, being white and driving a lowrider. It's cool.
Looks a little weird if you ask me.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, I mean, no.
Hey,
see, that's not.
But nobody can say I forgot where I came from. Yeah. I was raised in South Phoenix.
Well, now, Brandon, didn't you tell me you were going to?
That's my goal. That's what I want. But I got a race truck coming. So
you want a Lincoln?
Oh, that's right.
What's that?
You want a Lincoln?
I want a Lincoln Continental, but I would love to have I want a
suicide door.
That's what I want. That's my dream right there. But here pretty quick, you'll see. You'll see.
Big release.
You'll see.
It'll be sitting in the green room.
Now, what about that truck? Tell me what's up with that truck.
It's called a Sleeper F-150. It's just an XL, just nothing fancy, but has a supercharger on it. 750.
Supercharged 5.0.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a Coyote. So, 10-speed transmission. Comes with factory warranty. It's like the only race truck that has a factory warranty. And
so what?
This and that.
What the listeners don't know, I guess we've never really given a tour, but our new studio is inside of another building, which the outside of the studio is the green room, what we call the green room. So in the green room, we'll have our Harley sitting in there, and we'll have the race truck sitting in there. And we're just gonna
we might have two race trucks.
We might have two race trucks sitting in there.
That's
maybe a '64 Impala.
Exactly, that's what you need.
Yeah, that's what you need. So let's get down to the cruise, right? Because Craig's gonna chop this up and get it out right away to get you some advertising. It starts at 11.
Starts at 11, and it goes all the way until about 7. But the car show is up till 3:00.
Okay.
Then after that, they're gonna have a live band. So you want to just chill after the car show?
And this is at Saddle Mountain Brewery. So it's like I-10 and Estrella Park.
Yes. It's right south of the
Walmart. Okay.
Oh, okay. Is it by Augie's?
Yeah.
Really? I've never been there.
So
yeah, I know where it's at.
Just on the other side of
yeah.
Augie's,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's where it'll be held. They're going to have a DJ. What'd you say? The DJ starts like 11?
At 11. He'll be pumping it out at 11.
And shout out his name?
His name's DJ Mickey Money.
That's
DJ Mickey Money.
Mickey Money is his family background is I'm pretty sure his grandpa was a mayor. Garcia's Market, that's his mother.
Oh, really?
His mother's from Garcia's Market.
Wow.
His grandpa was Fish, or they own that bar that's across the street from Zamora's.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It used
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
red bottoms.
It's like the purple turtle or something. now.
Something now, I don't know.
I don't know. They changed the name
Yeah.
of it.
His
yeah.
family is
Really?
big family.
Oh, that's
Oh, everybody knows the Garcias and
Oh, yeah.
Belton
Oh, yeah.
Arms.
I remember when my dad first went to like partnered up with Craig Jensen, and they were delivering at all the Garcias, Garcias
Market.
Super whatever. There
Yeah.
was quite a few of them.
Yeah. Well, they had the first one there. The only one they actually have, Brandon, is the one right off of Highway 85. That's the original Garcia's Market, and then Food City bought them out.
What was that? What was that restaurant called in Cashin that like your
Chimas.
Chamas, yeah.
Your grandpa
Chimas.
ate their lunch every day.
Every day.
Yeah, that place was good. Remember that?
Yeah.
He had his Bell's palsy deal happen, and I remember they, back then they didn't have the phones, and like it was. So we went in there one day, and the lady was like, "We got you a recipe, for get you healthy, Don." And it was it was no bread, just a ground beef with an egg on top with lettuce, and that's what he ate like after he has Bell palsy for like I don't know how long.
Yeah.
But
I had a lot of fun with your grandpa riding with him.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I had a bike and go riding with Donnie. Actually took off one time, me and my wife, to Parker. Spent the night over there with your grandma and grandpa, and had a good time. Went to visit the bridge there at Havasu.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, your grandpa's a good dude.
Oh yeah. He was always a good time. Like I'd run into him at the most random places.
Bet you would.
I mean, like I think that's Donkey over there.
Hey, if he laughs, you'll know his laugh. He
Yeah.
has a unique laugh.
It was hard to recognize everybody under black light, but
I just recently bought his Harley, the one
I've seen that. Yeah.
there, and all my friends like sell it before you die, sell it before you die. Like everybody
Bullshit.
putting all this bullshit. Well, I drove it to. I thought you had to get emissions on them, so I'd go today, press a button, hot as hell, drive through the emission line, sit there, 3-4 cars deep, roll up there. They're like, you don't get emissions on motorcycles. I was like, well, you would have told me that. I've been sitting here for 30 fucking minutes. I didn't know that. Fuck.
Yeah, can you see on that deal somebody on there like that?
Well, I didn't know. I thought they had some special deal. But going back to riding a motorcycle, that shit's scary. Like, fuck. I get in the groove out here on Southern, the truck groove. Whoa.
Oh, dude.
Man.
Come on now.
let's talk about some legends riding motorcycles right now. Andy Dobson and Art Hyden rode from Buckeye to Key West, Florida.
West, 2,800
Fuck.
miles.
Fuck.
God,
Dude.
man, that hurts my ass. Just
And that's 2,800 miles on Google.
Yeah.
Them some bitches went some back road, had to look at maybe a swather they heard about from
Yeah.
1942.
Yeah.
So
I can see I can see Art going.
Hold on. Yeah. And I've rode bikes with Art, and you go for like an hour and gotta take a smoke break. Yeah. So
I actually asked Andy. I said, "So, how often you gonna take a smoke break?" He says he ain't taking no smoke breaks.
no, it ain't
Not like we usually do.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But I mean, if you got 2,800 miles ahead of you, you gotta get your ass in gear.
That's a lot.
I got to tell this story about my grandpa because if I leave this one out, he'll be pissed. But him and my uncle left right here at Tolleson, Arizona, and drove all the way to Cabo San Lucas to the tip of the
Heard
ball.
of that one.
They crossed at
And then they come across and went
what,
to
like
yeah.
Tijuana or something, or
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they went all the way
All
down
the
the
way.
peninsula,
All the way to the very tip of that.
and then
fucking-
from there they took a ferry
Yeah.
across.
So this is how my
Oh,
grandpa
yeah.
tells his story. He says, we drove all the way down there, and we get there, and he
On
goes
Harleys.
On Harleys. He goes, we were just going to turn around and drive back. He goes, I see these big old boats coming. He goes, so I went over to the deal. Like, where are these boats going? They're going to the mainland over there in Mazatlan. That's where they landed. He's like, really? He goes, yeah. And he goes, how much? He's like, $300. And he's like, 10 hours? Okay. So those crazy fuckers put those bikes on those boats, and they had sleeping bags, and they slept on the top right next to their bikes, all 10 hours all night. He says they showed up, they got off of Mazatlan. So then they're in Mazatlan. That wasn't even part of their journey. So it's just
Mazatlan.
Mazatlan. So then he
Got to roll. Mazatlan.
so
come
then
on.
he had to like go from because you can only go 120 miles on a full tank or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So he said that he would have to like once he gets to this town, hey, ¿cuánto millas más por gasolina? Es 50. And then every time he just had to make sure
keep asking.
because they didn't have no Google that showed you every gas
No,
station.
not back then.
They didn't know what
He wouldn't have used it anyways.
Yeah, he don't use
Would
it
it
now.
work?
Yeah.
But he said it took him like forever because he said he would stop every 50 miles because he was scared that he would run out.
You know, that's your Uncle Digger.
Digger. Yeah.
I had a name for him, but we won't say it right now.
So when
I got a couple for him.
when I ran
Good man.
when I ran the Baja with David Viss for the Vanderways when we drove the chase truck. That's true because like you'd be going and you're like at mile, say 100, 120 or something. There's dudes standing on the side of the road that have 55-gallon gas drums and they're selling it for like $5 a gallon because you got to buy 5 gallons
Make
to
it.
get the rest of the whatever the miles are.
Yeah.
You know, they know how far.
Exactly.
You better listen.
Yeah, you better listen. But so he went across and then
back up the mainland all the way back up. And just him.
probably like this too with the map every
Yeah.
night. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, wait, hold on a second. What?
Yeah, and I remember, like, I asked my grandma, like, I was kind of worried about him, so I asked him, and it was like 5 days we didn't hear from him, like, because he's one, he'll call you when he calls. He was in Vietnam. He's one of them guys.
Yeah.
But so then they finally get home, and then the one year they took their bikes in the trailer to Sturgis. And next year he's like, you know what, fuck that, I'm driving all the way over. He's like probably 60 something at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're gonna drive all the way to Sturgis? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And that motherfucker did.
Well, look at Andy and Art.
Yeah, I know. That's
They just went to
Same
Key
shit.
West, and then I'm like, yeah. I was thinking about it. I was like, that'd be cool. I could go one way, but then I'd have value truck pick up
Somebody.
my fucking
Yeah,
semi
exactly.
and bring
Come
the
back.
bikes back.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're coming back. We're riding back because we're the only ones that can say we made the loop.
jeez.
How old is Andy and Art? Where they're
Peachy Buckeye legends.
they're
Fuck, I mean, what?
close to 70.
Gotta be somewhere around there.
Yeah.
67.
And good for them. Do it while you can.
No, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think Art has fine. Everybody can. I mean, people he has working for him should be able to run the farm.
Same thing with Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever works for him should be able to run it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like I tell him all the time. If you can't leave this place and take a couple days off, you ain't doing your job.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And my grandpa would tell me, he's like, man, Oklahoma, we had to fucking park underneath the overpass because this size hail was fucking us up. We had to wait for that. And man, I just drove to Goodyear today. And I'm like, fuck, I'm never going on the freeway. I'll tell you that. I mean, no, fuck.
My bike. No, I don't even like riding in around town anymore.
Man, I think
if I had a bike.
I think the farthest I ever rode a bike is probably Rocky Point. I rode my Harley down there before. And it was fun. I mean, I went with my friend Ed Carrillo, and yeah, it was fun. But like when we would go, we just go like on a Saturday. Me, Art, and Andy would go on a Saturday and go to Prescott.
Yep.
That shit's fun.
Or Salone. We went one time.
Yeah, Salone.
Yeah,
We made
yeah.
the big
But
triangle.
somebody's bike broke down.
Yeah.
I think. Whose was that?
Brandon's.
Brandon's.
Mine?
Your bike broke, didn't it?
Which one?
The Ultra Classic. Blue one.
I don't think so. I know my chopper broke down one time. Remember that big orange chopper I had? That big old raked out chopper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you broke down when we were coming back from Wickenburg.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to go get the trailer.
Yeah.
Art came and got us. Yeah, he saved the day over there.
My grandpa's favorite deal would go Sundays to Arlington.
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
his deal.
yeah.
It was just good enough ride, and and then come back a little bit on a
He had a couple.
different side. He was
Rode
like-
back one time with him back from there. A couple.
Yeah, he
times.
has a couple.
Yeah, but he used to love going over there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good cruise, right? Like, I know guys too that kind of cruise that way. They'll stop there, have some beers and a burger, hit Elevin, and come home to 85. Just make that loop. But anymore, like it's different. Like back in the old days when I used to see Harleys, they were like biker dudes and like shit like that. Nowadays they're farmers, lawyers, doctors.
I've been driving it and I'll pass another biker, and they do that thing, and I'm like, what's up? I'm starting to get the
That's the way it is, dude.
I'm all like this, hipping. I'm like, what the fuck?
And it's funny when you see the
You're
guys
giving
on
them the Jeep way, they're giving you
the crotch rocket dudes. You just let them go by, like, yeah, okay, whatever.
la 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 la.
Just like the cars, like with the lowriders, the hot rods, the vintage cars, and then you have these Filipino NASCARs. That's what I call them. The ones that are always revving it up.
We don't give a lot of love to those.
I just cannot love them. Sorry.
Is there a lot of like Hellcats and stuff that go to them shows now, and like the newer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Like, I went to a show with my in-laws like a couple months ago at the ball field over there where Anthony played. And there was like whole bunch of lowriders, whole bunch of lowrider bikes, and then there was one section of pretty new cars.
That's I watched this deal on YouTube, and you have to check it out. I can't think of the name now, but it's called Texas 2K. It's like the biggest race. It's in Houston, and it's all on the track. It's all legit, and you bet and all that stuff. But then they have at night they have a separate deal. Well, there's this guy called El Gringo, and he has a race truck, and it is F-150 like, and it is the shit.
Legit.
Yeah, but it has like 1,200 horses. It's
Wow.
way dead up. Mine's only gonna have 715.
Only?
Something to get around in.
Oh, man.
Just to check the water.
Check the water a little bit.
There's a guy down the road that has a demon, just a couple houses down, and it's real deal.
He's waiting. He's waiting for you to.
Yeah,
He's waiting for you to get that truck.
I've been just teasing.
I seen one. Where did I see one? Let's see. Oh, at Black Angus the other night.
Yeah.
There was one sitting in a red one.
So I have my Raptor. It only has 400 horses. It's nothing compared to obviously not with this. But so he let me. He was standing still, and I was rolling, and I passed him at 40, and he blew my doors off.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I was going 40, but I mean I was floored, and I was going 40, and I was like, I got this. Even though it was a short distance too, like less than he smoked my ass, but not for long.
Not for long.
Not for long.
700 horses is a lot.
In a short bed, half ton, 2-wheel drive pickup.
I rode in a Caddy with 800 horse, 4-door.
Yeah.
I thought my Chrysler 300 was just shit back in the day. You know,
Oh, yeah.
that thing, it just put me back in the seat. I'm like, wow.
I bet you
Could
that.
not believe it.
I bet you that 62 rag, the black one of my father-in-law.
Oh, the LS?
It's got an LS3 in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like 500 horse. But I mean, he don't drive it like that. But every once in a while, if we're leaving a party or something, I get beside him, he jumps on it.
But the tires have to be spinning all the way.
Yeah.
Especially at lower
13s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mom.
Them Daytons with some
13s.
whatever the tire is. There's a guy at a car show met about a couple years back. He's he does engraving on frames, anything. His name's Rudy Perez.
Mhm.
He has a 454 in this 68 Impala, and it just lopes, just kick ass. And I'm like, dude, so how do you man, the power? Like, if you want to get on it, you're not gonna move.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he says, it's real hard, but you get used to it.
Yeah.
That's just too much.
Yeah, that's why the guy at Ford recommended me putting this new traction control. It comes standard with one, but it's some aftermarket one just to keep the tires, not.
That takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah, you don't want to spin it. You don't want to.
It's crazy to me, like, to go to these lowrider shows and look at the cars and just think of how much work
I
these
know.
dudes have
Detail.
put into these cars.
No.
Like smooth firewalls, and the frames are engraved.
Engraved.
And they drive them out of there.
Yeah.
Not all of them are hauled on
They're
a
not
trailer.
a push car
Yeah.
where you push them in and out.
And what's sad about it is a lot of times when they sell them,
for nothing.
well, and they're lucky if they get what they have in it for the money.
Yeah.
Forget your time.
Yeah.
All that time was for free. You're lucky if you get what you got in.
Exactly.
It's
Well-
a tough business.
A lot of that, I think, is like we were talking about the other night, because I seen an Impala here in town that I liked. And me and my father-in-law were talking about it, and I was like, the only thing is like, okay, so I buy this guy's Impala. If I don't go paint that Impala, every time I go cruise that Impala, oh, that's Louis' old car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like almost, if you're going to buy one, you got to buy one out of state
Yeah.
and then bring it here, because if not,
Something
everybody
new.
You'll have to put another 20,000 in
in
paint
paint.
so they don't know it's the same car.
Right. And I mean, a lot of people will be like, well, why would that bother you? Well, I mean, you take pride in what's
Yeah.
yours,
That's
it's
true.
like,
Very true.
Exactly.
So we're thinking there's going to be some badass rides over there, huh?
Hopefully so. It's going to be the first one. And hopefully next year it'll be in a cooler part of the season.
Yeah.
To me, this is like the end of cars
Yeah,
shows. It's
it
just too hot unless you do them in the evening.
It is. Yeah, or early in the morning. They do one in Verado on Sunday mornings at Dutch Bros. Coffee and cars. Just everybody kind of meets up, a little thing. Everybody shows off their cars and they're out of there by like 10 o'clock.
Oh.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. They do one at AutoZone up there on like Friday nights or some shit.
Well, I just want to put this out. If anybody out there knows how to work on the Holly Sniper system, give me a call.
Yeah, just
Get a hold
comment
of-
on the.
yes, because I've had some problems. I had a guy put the Holly system in the Blazer.
Mhm.
I did the whole unit. It's the Hyper Spark distributor, the fuel pump. It's in the tank, the everything. It's the whole 9 yards. But I don't want to talk about that guy. I got
It didn't work.
fucked.
Yeah,
I
it
got
didn't work.
fucked.
Yeah.
And I need somebody that can retune it So if anybody out there needs some help,
you're gonna think I'm crazy, but look up Chad's Fab, just as it sounds, Chad's Fab on YouTube, and he's out of Utah. I think he's out of Utah, but just him and his boys work in their like garage. Ain't no much bigger than our area here, and that's what he does. A lot of wiring, a lot of Holly Sniper stuff, a lot of tuning. I mean, he does all that kind of stuff, and I don't know the dude. I just watch his videos, but from watching him, I bet if you message that guy,
he'll tell you what.
he would help you. Like he's that kind of dude. Him or the guy named Paul from Fab Rats. Either one of those dudes, I bet if you messaged either one of those guys, they would help you.
You know, Holly has a forum.
Yeah, but those things get like
them. I know people know too much this and that, and like that system that I put in there, it's all plug and play. So when the guy put it in, he just did a couple things wrong, and I think it's the O2 sensors are too close to the end of something to do with the headers.
Yeah,
so that really missed. So it's giving me the air and fuel mixture is too rich.
Yeah,
which smoke your motor like that.
Right? So I mean that's what these dudes do. I mean, to me, if that's what I was doing, it'd be worth the shot to ask those guys. And like I said, just from watching them on the videos, they're super down to earth dudes. Chad's Fab or Fab Rat.
I have to look at that. Yeah. You know, on the Blazer, all it has is a 305, which is fine for me. I've been there, done that. Had cars with hot motors, and once it gets tuned, it's gonna run. It really runs good.
There's a lot to be said for like that's why everybody's swapping the LS, right? You hit the key and drive to Vegas, no problem. Yes. There's a lot to be said for just the turnkey car.
The fuel inject, it's the way to go.
Yeah,
you know, it's just to get it tuned right. It's another thing. Once you get them tuned, it's good to go.
Cool. All right, man. Well, I think we got it out there. The Cruise for Brews, Brews for Cruise, or however it goes. Everybody be over there at 11 and check it out. Craig will chop this up, get it out right away.
Please do.
And thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
All right.
Peter Paul.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like and subscribe.
Right on, brothers.